Yay! So let's welcome Cass. I'm going to read your bio a bit. We're going to talk about you first. So Cass is a certified theta healing practitioner and instructor. She's also certified at the advanced level of integrated energy therapies. She has a Bachelor of Science degree in communication from Ohio University. With a background from New Orleans, India, and Africa, Cass has practiced medium, psychic, and healer for over 8 years. Born intuitive and psychic, Kat specializes in women's reproductive health and empowerment. She is a wardrobe stylist and a lifestyle coach. She enjoys practicing meditation, doing yoga, dancing, cooking, fashion, and fashion in her spare time. She's currently working on a book outlining her new technique to heal others. Her certifications include a Theta Healing Basic, Advanced, Dig Deeper, You and the Creative, Intuitive Anatomy, World Relations, Manifesting Rhythm, Soulmates, and she's also a Theta Healer Basic and Advanced Instructor. So awesome. And also an Advanced Yoni Steam Certification, Ayurvedic Womb Health Certification. Did I say that right? Your Yoni Steams are bomb. I love them. So amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that you do. So first of all, just I guess, what is your journey? What got you into healing? What led you to decide to become like a theta healer and to pursue this as a career?
I actually got into yoga first, and that was kind of the precipice of everything. I moved to California to become an Ayurvedic practitioner, and then it just didn't really work out. And I met you, Marie, and learned about theta healing and just started taking classes, fell in love, and here I am, an instructor.
It is kind of funny how we end up being an instructor because we don't think we're going to be when we first discover it. I remember being like, oh, I'll never teach. Some psychic was like, you're going to be teaching. I'm like, no, I'm not. She was right. Um, so you're starting to bring in your love of fashion too. So, but I know we've talked about this, that you seem to feel like that's actually can be really healing. So I guess what have been some of the biggest changes or shifts you've seen in yourself and others when it comes to integrating fashion as a healing tool?
Yeah, so it actually can sometimes happen really naturally. I'll give a woman a yoni steam and I'll just see them transform into this kind of softer version of themselves or whatever version they feel called to transform into from working with me. And being that I do so much with releasing sexual trauma, I just really see the shedding happening of all the layers of protection kind of come off and watch these beautiful women, these flowers emerge and unfold. And it's so powerful and so healing. And I just love it. I'm here for it 100%. So as long as I can keep facilitating that happening, I'm happy.
And what does it look like to work with you when you're helping someone in that way, like with their clothing or with their styling?
Yeah, great question. So being that I'm intuitive, I can kind of look for the themes of the stuff you want to either release or what you really are stepping into to be, in your authenticity, in your power. And dressing a certain type of way can really help you get there. Right? Like playing the part, so to speak, kind of to piggyback off of Sasha a little bit. When we feel good and when we're confident, we can go out into the world and accomplish what we want. So my little part of it is I just kind of get you to feel really confident and believe in yourself again so that you can transform.
Okay, so it's not just about looking good, it's about also like making sure that the clothes are actually like, yeah, healing you in some way.
Yep, feeling good inside and outside. And like I'll incorporate a little theta healing into the clothes as well. If you want me to program your clothes, you have an event coming up, big speaking engagement, and you want me to program your clothes so that you embody that type of energy, that's something that as well.
That sounds amazing. I had never even thought about doing that program in your clothes. Like, what are examples? What would you program the clothes to do? Tell us like what that would more about that.
Yeah, so I bought this dress after I taught my not last basic class, but the one before that. And I just programmed this dress to really allow me to connect to my crown and really embody the energy of being a teacher, but also of being like myself, of being authentic, being very sensual, and like the fabric is silk. So really, that comforts me a lot of times because I can kind of just touch it or feel it, and I feel really soft and elegant and beautiful while I'm in it. And that's really what I'm trying to project as well. So as you can see, it's a process, and they can mirror each other.
Okay, wonderful. And as you can tell, I like colors too a lot because I'm always with something colorful. So how do you integrate colors into it too?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
do you
great
work
one.
with like what they need healed, or yeah, how do you help people choose what colors they wear?
It's definitely a bit of both. If there is a chakra imbalance that I'm still wanting people to work on, I'll encourage them to wear the color orange or wear the color yellow so that they're kind of tapping into those chakras to be really confident or to have the will to move forward. So definitely tying that into things as well, having a power color, so to speak, is important.
Awesome. What's your power color?
Right now it changes all the time. I love rainbows, but right now it's white.
Okay, awesome. And since the main theme of this has been like prosperity and also surrender has come up too. But I guess what are the things that you fall back on when you feel like things are getting stuck? And I know you're going to talk more a little bit about manifesting, but what are your go-tos when you feel like you're manifesting your prosperity is getting a little stuck?
So I go back to my own internal programs. Being that I'm a theta healer, I generally think about, what I'm thinking about all the time. I'm like, okay, this is a program that I have running, and let me look at this and see what I'm learning from it, and change it so that it serves me better. And then beyond that, just self-care in general. So
Amazing. Okay, one other thing we do need to dive into. So, how many people here are actually familiar with yoni steams? A few. Why don't we spend a few moments just explaining what it is? Can you tell us the history of it? And then also, what drew you to this?
yeah, absolutely. So the history of yoni steams, it has roots in so many different cultures, all the way back to ancient Africa, India, in Asia as well. There's traces of the practice being there. And essentially what it is, it's a herbal tea that you sit over and you allow the steam to permeate you. You're just undressed from the waist down. And the steam process is very intuitive. The steam travels exactly to where it needs to go in the body to nourish those organs. So it's really beautiful. It's non-invasive. It helps with reconnecting to ourselves. It helps with healing our wombs, any kind of gynecological issue you might have. It takes care of that, as well as it's very powerful in helping you just increase your intuition and magic as well. What happened, how I kind of stumbled upon this, I was having a healing crisis and I just wasn't seeming to get better. I was doing a lot of diet and nutrition work and still I was still having issues down there. And basically, I was just getting bacterial vaginosis all the time. And it really does affect your confidence as a woman, just feeling like you don't want to connect sexually with others. And it can really become a barrier. And so I wanted to figure out how to alleviate this naturally. I was going to the doctor all the time, getting prescriptions. It wasn't doing anything. It wasn't getting to the root of the problem. And that's when I found met Marie and found Theta Healing and started really working on myself and examining my beliefs. I was also in a relationship at the time that wasn't good for me, and I had known this on some sort of level, but really wasn't um, acting upon that. And so by doing the steams, I was finally able to let go of this person and move and start a whole new life. And that's when things really started to shift and get a lot better for me, when I started embodying everything that I had learned and putting it all together.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I got here.
Amazing. So it sounds like the steams actually opened you up emotionally enough to make the right decisions by actually activating. Yeah. Because it feels like the yoni really does have a good understanding of how we really feel about the person. And if we're not fully invested in the relationship or feeling that we're not feeling respected, then she's going to react differently. So,
Absolutely. Your body will tell you when it's rejecting somebody. If you're having a lot of infections, that's your body's way of being like, hey, are you sure you want to be, mixing energy with this type of person? Because, pH and pH is just not a good match. So really listening to those kinds of things and being aware is key.
absolutely.
Need a special tea for that, or
I'm
any
sorry, one more time.
herbal tea?
The tea?
Yeah, need a special tea or any herbal tea?
Yeah, great question. So you do need a specialty, and I do have all different kinds of blends for where you're at. I can also create a custom blend. There's also lots of recipes and stuff out there on the internet as well. Mine consists of, different things: lavender, peppermint, lemon, calendula. So yeah, there's many different ways to make the blends and do them. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure you know what you're doing, because some herbs can dry you out or do kind of the opposite of what you want. And I'm pretty, I'm not a certified herbalist, but have a lot of herbal background. And I've learned enough from the advanced yoni steam practitioner to know what kinds of herbs work best with the body.
All right. Any other questions before we switch into your? There'll be more time for plenty of questions for Cass in a second. So we're going to pause.